Hello and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to teach us how to fix a bishop collar. So before going into that, we'll have to measure our neck to see the size of bishop collar we are to cut. As you can see, I left an allowance of 3/4 inch there, not up to 1 inch from this beginning point. So I'm going to measure all through to know the size of the neck so that I can go ahead to cut my bishop collar. So if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, I will really appreciate if you can hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on. You see the size I got there is 7/3. All right, so we are going to measure our 7/3 here on our collar gum, and then we'll cut our neck. So pay attention carefully as I do this curving. I'm going to curve our neck here, or bishop collar here. So that is 7/3 I have marked there. I'm going to mark out a wideness of 2 inches. All right, 2 inches is fine. A wideness of 2 inches. Just look carefully how I'm doing it and you will get it's not difficult. Just 2 inches. All right, so the wideness of our collar, we're going to give it 1 inch. So that is the bishop collar I'm going to mark there. Look at it, 1 inch. That's going to be the wideness of our collar. Just follow as I'm doing it, and I don't think you'll be lost. So if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please subscribe for more videos so that when I drop a video, you will be the first to be notified. All right. So we have gotten the wideness of our bishop collar, and the length is 7/3. We have marked 7/3. Mind you, this collar gum, we have folded it into 2. All right, before we are going ahead. So you can see that. So we are going to join a curve line. If you have your French curves, you can use them, but I'll go ahead and use my free hand. So you see I've left an allowance of 1/2 inch from the point where we marked 7/3. You can see where I am curving my arm to meet the 2 inches mark. Sorry, my collar, not arm. All right, so you see we're having 7/3 there. So we'll now curve the second line also with a size of 1 inch. You see that from the first line I marked, I'm going to mark 1 inch from the first line I drew. 1 inch, 1 inch all through. Like I said, if you have a French curves, you can use them at this point so that you get a very simple and sharp curve, but I use my free hand. So you see our curve there. So we're going to cut it out. You carefully cut it out so that you avoid, you ensure that the edges are very straight. It's not anyhow. So now we are going to confirm the length of this. We are looking at 7/3. Let's see, with 8. So I'm going to remove that 1/4 inch. All right, I'm going to remove that 1/4 inch that is excess there. It's quite simple, guys. Very simple, very simple. We just curve it, and it depends on how you want the tip of your bishop collar to be. I want mine to be curved. If you want it to be sharp, to be square, you can leave it like that, but we can just cut it straight. But I want mine to be curved. That's why I'm curving it that way. You can see the way it's curved. Look at the image here. You can see the way it's curved in the image. All right, so that's how I want it to be. That's why I'm curving it. So let's open our neck and our collar and size. Looking okay. See our bishop collar. See that it's not straight, it's a bit curved. All right, it's not straight, it's curved. Okay, so we'll go ahead now to gum it to our fabric. You can see how it's looking, already looking like bishop neck. So we'll gum it to our fabric. So after gumming it to produce the second layer, you see the second layer there is what is going to serve as my lining, the one I'm going to sew and turn. Alright, turn in. So let's get to the machine and stitch it on that line here, and then turn it. So I'll be fast forwarding, okay, so that we'll not waste much time on this. So we'll carefully stitch it, and then we will turn in. So you see, I notched it so that we can turn in easily and have a very free curve. So we're going to turn it in and use our iron to press it. Give it a nice pressing with our iron. Always remember to apply water, right? So you see, we already have our bishop collar coming out. If you are loving this video, if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button, give me a thumb up, like the video. I would really appreciate. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we'll match this stitch to hold the neck, the two layers together, so that when we are fixing it to our waistcoat, it will not scatter, right? It will be flat. So the next thing for us to do now is to trim off a little of the excess on this allowance. Then we'll notch the center. And we'll notch our center. Right, the center point. This will aid us for the neck to the collar to align at the center of the neck when we're fixing it. This notch helps the collar to align at the center of the neck when we are fixing it. So this is our waistcoat that we are going to attach this collar to. So look at the center of the waistcoat there where the line is showing. So we're going to fix it matching the notch I've made on this collar. All right, that's where we are sure that it's going to be at the center. So this waistcoat this lining has two layers. All right, you see there's an outer layer and there's an inside layer. So we're going to sew it first on the outside layer. All right, we're going to sew it first, stitch it first on the outer layer. Then when we turn it in, we'll stitch on the second layer. So just watch carefully and you will see what I'm saying. The first time we're stitching is on the outer layer of the waistcoat. It has a second layer inside. It's two layer because it's lining. Okay, so we are stitching first on the first layer of the waistcoat. Then when we are done, we'll now stitch on the second layer. All right, you can see this is the first stitch I've made from the center using the notch I made to the end of this first side, and the allowance remaining here is just a little bit above half an inch, just like we said when I was measuring to cut out my collar. So you see the waistcoat is two layers. You see that. But we are sewing first on the outside layer. All right, so watch carefully how we sew the second side. You see, so the same allowance we have that side, we will leave it here, the same allowance that side. We're going to confirm with our tape the same allowance that side. We'll see, leave the same allowance say before we start stitching the second part. You see a little bit above half an inch, and we will straight away stitch it up. So you see we are done stitching the outside layer of the waistcoat. Now we will go ahead to stitch, to turn it in. You see we're gonna look at the notch there. See, we have stitched the first layer. We are going ahead to now look at the notch I made there. We turn it out like this, alright, and then we'll stitch the same thing with this side. See the notch there very well. Alright, so we'll turn it in like that, and we'll do what? We'll stitch. Alright, it's quite simple, just pay attention, you get it. Now I'm going to drop a video on how to make this waistcoat from the beginning to the end. Alright, so if you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe so that when I drop the video you'll be notified. I'll be dropping a video on how to sew this waistcoat from the beginning to the end. Please subscribe, turn your notification bell on so that when I drop the video you will be notified. So we are going to identify the midpoint of the collar and the waistcoat, the inner lining of the waistcoat. You see the line on the notch I made on the collar there, and see the line on the waistcoat. We're going to pin it together. Alright, to ensure that the center of the neck is matching the collar, the center of the collar. So we can now go ahead to stitch it. We'll stitch it all the way to the other side of the collar. Since we have clipped the midpoint, we'll stitch it all the way to the other end. So we are done stitching our collar. The next thing is for us to turn out and confirm that it is neatly stitched. So we'll turn it over to the good side and see how our collar is looking. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate. Turn your notification bell on. Like the video, share the video. I'll be really grateful. So let's go to the table and press this, iron it properly, and see how it's looking. Alright, you can see the color is out. So we'll press it carefully and we'll see how our color is looking. Yep. So let's look at this. Boom, you can see. So like I said, I'm going to be dropping a video on how to make this complete waistcoat from the beginning to the end. If you like this video, if you want to see that video, please subscribe so that when I drop it you will be notified. Thanks so much for watching my videos.